This is my first postcard from the many yet to come. She is my first guest. She is here to share something special about South Korea.
Wait a minute. I have a question.
Yeah, what's that?
I've heard about podcast. What do you mean by postcard?
Okay, before answering your question, I have a question too. Have you seen a postcard?
I have because in my childhood, like in school days, we used to
Mhm.
send postcard to our friends, even though they used to just live in your neighbors.
Okay.
But I think we used to send it with photos or sometimes greeting cards for Happy New Year, things like that.
Yeah, you're right. And I have a memories of postcard. Like I know our father used to send us a postcard, which is usually in blue color. And there was very few
Yeah.
messages on them, not too many. It's like it's not properly sealed. It's open, like anybody can read it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, postcards are like that. Like you mentioned, postcards are intimate that depicts a story telling by photographs, letters, or greetings. And today, here we are sharing moments in conversation. And the purpose I am starting this postcard series is to share stories which are honest, raw, and depicts actually vulnerability without being judged. And I'm targeting to share people's life experiences, which can be someone else's lessons. And today we are sharing her journey of masters in South Korea.
I think that is very thoughtful and it's a brilliant idea. Good
Great,
job.
awesome.
Good job.
So let me talk briefly about her. She's an author and she has written 3 books so far. She is in the process of releasing her 4th book, and I can list the name of her books which she has published so far so that you can go and read about it. Those are amazing book. You love those messages.
She's just being kind.
No, but honestly, she is a great writer. Okay, so let's get started. So, my first question to you would be, what made you choose South Korea? Out of all the countries in the world, like, US, Canada, why did you choose South Korea? Was it the education system or so called K pop drama or the culture that got you attracted there?
To be honest, I did not choose it because I don't think I was in a condition where I would choose to go for higher studies because I already had my first master's and I did my master's from Jamia Millia Islamia. I pursued my master's in social work, after which I got my first development sector job in Bihar. So I was working in a very remote area and I loved it. I loved doing what I was doing, but it was challenging and sometimes scary. So, in all, if I look back, I feel like I was in a very dark place and I was looking for some career progression or maybe academic progression. So, this actually came by my way. Like a friend recommended me to apply for the scholarship, and I did not even have like the slightest idea that I would get accepted. But somehow I filled the form, I submitted all the documents that were required, and luckily I got through it. So it was a rigorous process. So I had to submit all my transcripts from graduation, from my first master's, statement of purpose. And I think that was also kind of the essay that was the deciding factor on who gets accepted, and also your contribution in your career and your how you were in your academics. And after the application acceptance, I was called in for a panel interview. So that was a panel of professors from the school. And I am very proud of my school because it is actually a think tank of the country of South Korea. So yeah, I think that is how it actually happened to me. And no, I was not inspired by K-pop or something like that because I never thought that I would go there. And this was my first international thing. So
So
that
that's
was
interesting to know, because if anyone would hear like you went to South Korea for your masters, they would perceive like you got attracted by the K drama, which people these days are getting,
yeah.
very fascinated by the K dramas and all.
No, no. I mean, no. I remember we saw our first K drama when I was in class 10th or 11, The Boys Over Flowers,
Oh
and
yeah.
it was actually very good, and I really liked it. But I didn't think I'll go there for studies. And
I
yeah,
know. We both got so fascinated and
yeah.
so attracted by that drama,
Yeah.
Boys Over Flowers, and everywhere we used to look for Jiho. It was like crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, that was not my motivation, because I was getting a very prestigious global ambassador scholarship, and I was also being paid stipend to study. So
Oh,
I
that's
thought
interesting.
that was like a very good opportunity
So
for
you
me.
almost got free education over there, and they paid you to study
I
there,
was
right?
actually earning while studying,
Oh
so
my
it
God,
was really
that's
nice.
awesome.
It
That's
was
awesome. You're
nice.
so lucky to have that
Yep.
kind of, scholarship and
Yep.
opportunities.
Yep.
Great, awesome. Okay, so we'll move to our next question.
Hmm.
And I want to know, what was your first impression when you landed in Korea? Did you experience any cultural shock, or is there anything that surprised you when you moved there?
Hmm. I think I first landed in Korea in the month of January, so it was very cold. My first impression was, can it be so cold? Because I don't think I have been to any place, any snowy place or anywhere where it was that cold. So it was a kind of shocking thing for me. But other than that, the biggest challenge was language, because language is such a big barrier there. And at that time in 2019, I don't think Korea was that international as it is now. Like, there were not very many international people. But uh when I landed, I took the bus, and this bus was like intercity bus. So I landed in Incheon International Airport, and from there I went to Sejong. So it was a 2 hour bus ride, and I was just looking outside the window, all the pine trees and things like that. And it was really beautiful. I don't think, and this was my first international trip alone, and I had no idea. I had never traveled outside India, so this was a great experience for me. But all the challenges and everything was overcome right away when I met other people who were in my batch, because there were people from 72 countries. So it was very good. And even people in Korea, like, they're so helpful. Like, if
Mm-hmm.
I had to go somewhere and if I ask for direction, people will actually walk you to that spot. So
Yeah.
that was really nice, and I don't think I had any kind of cultural shock there. um One thing was really outstanding for me was, like, people were so helpful, and I think all Asian communities are
Mm-hmm.
similar in some or other way. So yeah, nothing that shocking for me.
Yeah, I remember, when you called for the first time when you landed there, it was pretty cold.
Yeah.
And I think you went to buy blanket and jacket for yourself because it was so cold and you didn't carry any,
Yeah.
winter stuff with you. So I
Mm-hmm.
remember that. And I also remember you mentioning how people are so welcoming,
Yeah.
and trying to help you get
Yeah.
settled over there. So they're not like, differentiating you.
Yeah, I people do complain about racism, like Korean people are
Yeah.
not very friendly to international foreigners or something like that. But I personally have not experienced, so I will not be dishonest here. Honestly, I have never
But
experienced
do you feel like your facial features is somewhat similar to Korean people, and that's why they
that.
might be a little bit confused as they seem like you are their own people because you do resemble like a Korean person. Your features
Actually,
are like that.
so there was a program in our university, which is a part of the course, where they connect you to Korean families
Mm-hmm.
to experience their local culture, food, and other tradition. And whenever I used to go there, they would say, "Oh, you don't like Indo. I mean, you don't look like Indian. You look like Korean, or you look like some other Asian, like a Cambodian
Yeah, yeah,
person."
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if, or maybe just people were nice to me.
Yeah. I know because you are
Yeah,
nice to them, so they're also
yeah. I
nice to
think
you,
kindness
kind
goes
of.
a long
Yeah, yeah,
way,
yeah.
always.
Great, awesome. So now coming to the Korean education system. So what do you
Hmm.
think? How different is Korean education system from your home country?
So my home country follows the UK education system, but
Mhm.
Korea follows US education system. So in terms of university, like everything was taught in English because, as I mentioned, there were people from different countries, so that was our common language. But we were also supposed to take like one course in Korean, so we had to learn Korean language, and it was just kind of supplementary course, so we did that.
Mhm.
And I think when you come at like graduate level, master's level, it's not very different from my own country. But because I also worked with education ministry as an intern, so I kind of noticed and observed closely the education system, the schooling system in Korea. It is very intensive. Like, children, they go to school, they come back, they go to academics, and not academics, academy, and they kind of have like different tutors for different courses, and it's like their day ends at night.
Wow.
So, and it's not just that, sometimes they also go to some other extracurricular activities,
Mhm.
classes and things
Yeah.
like that. So all small children, they are so much overburdened and overworked. I think this is also one of the issues in Korea in their education system, which I think people are working on it now, so should be good.
Okay, great. Awesome. Good to know. Also, what I feel like when you studied in Korea, it
Mm-hmm.
gave you the platform where you got to interact people from different countries. You said like 70 countries, right?
72, yeah.
So I don't think you get that exposure in your home
Mm-hmm.
country, right?
Of
So I
course.
think you got to know their culture,
Yeah.
so many skills that you would have
Yeah.
learned from them, right? So it gives
Yeah.
you that exposure, global exposure, right?
It does, and I think that is how that is what I was talking to you off camera
Hmm.
before, that when you are with so many I mean people with different background and different experience, different educations, and experiences in life, you get to learn from each other a lot. And I think that is how I was also engaged in lots of activities in my campus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember I created one club called KDI Talk, where people used to come and share their life lessons or their experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly, one of my favorite professor, he did his research on failure.
Okay.
So what lessons you get from failure, and he had like interviewed very famous people, like successful people, and he also came and shared his life experience. So that was very interesting, and I think that also transitioned into TEDx at my campus. So I'm really proud of that. And when you live with people from different communities, you know how to adapt to things, and
Yeah.
also how to have space for other people
Yeah, that's right.
without judgment. And it is like how your perception and your observation and your experience, it just expands.
Yeah.
You learn a lot from each other. I think that is what was really extraordinary for me.
Yeah, I think you learn to make space and
Yeah.
room for other people thoughts,
Yeah.
their understanding, their culture.
Yeah.
I think
Hmm.
you also expand
How you
your
think.
how you think, right?
Yeah.
And you try to accommodate other people
Mm-hmm.
thought process
Mm-hmm.
also. So, coming to my next question to you is, how has this experience
Mm-hmm.
changed you?
Mm-hmm.
And did it open the doors, professionally
Yeah.
or maybe personally?
Mm-hmm.
And would you recommend
Mm-hmm.
somebody going South Korea or maybe going any other countries
Yeah.
just, for their higher studies or
Mm-hmm.
maybe in pursuing their dream? It could be study or it could be anything.
Absolutely. I mean, once in your lifetime, you should step out of your comfort zone, out of your own protected environment. I think that actually expands you personally and also professionally, because you get to network with lots of different people, and it actually opens up different opportunities and doors. So that is very important. And for me, if I see personally, I think that was one of the best time of my life, because I was surrounded by such positive people, both in terms of like how the school management was like. It was like I was being taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
both my school and also my friends. I had like incredible people around me, and they were very supportive and positive. So I think that actually helped me be more confident and like explore more, do more things. Like I was always inclined to, like I'm so much into cultural activities and things like that. We actually had a Bollywood dance
No, that's nice.
with different songs, like so people from like 7 8 countries, all from Asian countries, they were like all dancing on a Bollywood song called Dilbar Dilbar. So that was very fun for us. We were celebrating food festival where everybody was sharing their home country food and things like that. So personally, I would say it transitioned me into a more open-minded, more confident person. And professionally, I think it helped me to take more risk, because initially when I went to Korea, that was also a risk for me because I left my job and I went to pursue another master. So that was a risky thing for me to do. And it also helped me network with different people in different organization, international organization. And I think that is also one of the reason why I could move to Cambodia for working with, I mean, with malaria elimination program. So I think I did not even have like a slightest doubt to move to a country like Cambodia, because I also had a friend there
Mm-hmm.
who I met in Korea. So that was kind of support system for me to back up. So these are very small things, but I think it actually expands your horizon and also your decision making power,
Great,
your
awesome. I
choices.
really, really appreciate you sharing those experiences with
Mm-hmm.
us. And it's a great learning. Not only you have gone through that process, but when
Mm-hmm.
you are sharing things with other, it also become a learning experience for the others too, right? But I have one last question for
Yeah.
you. If you had to describe your entire Korea journey in
Mm-hmm.
one word,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be?
I think it was extraordinary, and I don't think I can describe in one word, but I would say it actually changed my life and how I see life. I mean, before I was more constricted to borders. Like I wanted to do lots of great things for my country, which I still do wherever I am. But I think my perception of a country and of borders changed. I became more of a global person.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do not see development or humanity in closed borders, but like a universal thing which doesn't follow any border or any
Mm-hmm.
restriction as such. So yeah, it was a life changing decision for me.
No, I totally agree. You took that step at a
Hmm.
time, you were not very sure. You were going out of your home country, out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
I bet it would be a very difficult decision for you, but at the end, you are very proud of yourself, right? Because you took that decision and that really had opened so many doors for you, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, you have shared so many experiences of you being in South Korea, pursuing your studies, and so many things that you have learned. And I bet this would help our viewers too in learning from your life experiences. But any one key message that you would like to share with the viewers today
Mhm.
that would make them, fearless, bold, and they should not think twice before, taking that one call that could
Yeah.
change their life, so
Yeah.
anything that you would like to share with the
Sure.
viewers?
Sure. I mean, when I think of it and I just go back to how we were raised, like you and I, our family value system, our schooling system, I mean, that system is conditioned for us to be more fearful, non assertive, and guilt driven individual. So I feel when you go outside your protected environment and your comfort zone, you have to have confidence. I mean, there is no other way. Until unless you believe in yourself, nobody else will, and why should they? So, as I'm a big fan of Nietzsche's writing, and he says that a confident person creates themselves by living their truth. So,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you build your own truth confidently and you believe in it, other people will follow it. So, it is very important to be confident in what you do, why you do, and to live your purpose. I think that
Yeah,
is what I
that's a
would say.
beautiful message. I completely and totally agree with you. the one thing that you mentioned, believe in yourself. And
Yeah.
if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you, right? So you are the first person, you should be believing in yourself, right?
Hmm.
And then the world will start believing in
Follow
you and
you.
following you. So
Yeah.
that's a beautiful, beautiful message that you have given to our viewers today. I really, really appreciate your time and sharing all your experiences. And yeah, I have learned a lot from our conversation today. And one thing that, key message that came out from this conversation is that believe in yourself. And if you have any dream, just pursue that dream and just do it. Just don't
Wait for.
don't stop and
Uh,
don't wait for the right opportunity, because you have to take that one step. And if you take that one step, the another step will follow,
yep. Yep.
right?
I
So
totally
yeah, I
agree.
really I think that's a great conversation.
No,
Thank you so much for
thanks
for
to you. Thank you for this brilliant idea,
and
and I hope people would like it as well.
yeah, we hope this will really help our viewers. I know there are so many people out there who need that one push or one, learning from someone's life experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.